It seems the recent war involving Iran and Israel has adversely impacted US President Donald Trump. He's been seen doubling down on his claims of having completely obliterated the Iranian nuclear facilities in almost all his major media interactions in recent days. And now he's gone a step further. He's now indicating that his administration may force journalists who published leaked details from a US intelligence report assessing the impact of the recent American military strikes on Iran. And he's going to force them to reveal their sources. What's even more chilling is his threat to prosecute those reporters in the event that they do not comply. Meanwhile, Trump has also firmly told Iran that he was not going to give any assurances about future military strikes against the Islamic Republic. This was after Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister asked for assurances for no future US strikes if Tehran was to even consider the option of future talks with the US. Now let's look at these events in detail. Trump has been desperately trying to convince his detractors that the US B 2 bombers had indeed managed to completely destroy the Iranian nuclear facility, particularly the one at Fordo. Several US media outlets have followed this channel, Janta Ka Reporter, to highlight how the US strikes had failed to completely destroy the facility. Trump has been targeting those media outlets, such as the CNN, the New York Times, and even Fox, for quoting the leaked information of a US intelligence report, which cast doubts on Trump's claims. He called them fake news in many of his press conferences recently. Trump's defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, he even clashed with a reporter on this issue.
Do you have certainty that all the highly enriched uranium was inside the Fordome mountain, or some of it, because there were satellite photos that showed more than a dozen trucks there 2 days in advance? Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst, the one who misrepresents the most intentionally. What the president says. I'm familiar.
Report about the ventilation shafts on Saturday night. And in fact, I was the first to describe the B 2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging that this was the first the most successful mission based on operational security that this department has done since you've been here, and I appreciate that. So we're looking at all aspects of intelligence and making sure we have a sense of what was where.
In his recent interview with Fox News, Trump repeated his claims on the success of US airstrikes.
Because everybody said that site is impenetrable. You can't, you're not going to be able. This way they did. It's at the bottom of a mountain, and it's granite. Granite's the hardest stone, and it's granite. So, no, they didn't. But I do believe they had people there because you had cars. They were saying cars, and those were masons. Those were people working with concrete. They were trying to seal up the entrance to where the bomb would most likely go in. And they did that. They were working on that, and the bomb went through it like it was butter, like it was absolute butter.
Because I saw reports that there were 400 kilograms, 800 pounds that they moved, but I wonder if it's traceable. I mean, if they were to have moved,
they didn't move anything.
They didn't move anything.
They moved themselves. They were all trying to live. They didn't move anything. They didn't think it was going to be actually doable what we did. And what we did was amazing. And we went, there were energy commissions that went there now. No, it's just thousands of tons of rock in that room right now. That room, the whole place was just destroyed. And the other two also. Now, Israel was able to do damage, but we did the final damage. And we have the greatest submarines in the world. We launched 30 rockets from submarines. Every single one of them hit their target.
How will you know if he tries to start things up again? Because Iran just said that they are halting cooperation with the UN nuclear watchdog.
The last thing they're going to be doing right now, for a period of time at least, is nuclear. They've had it. They've been trying it for 25 years. The last thing they're going to do is nuclear. We had to hit them, though. They were close to getting a nuclear bomb, absolutely.
But there was something else that Trump said in the same interview that would worry the proponents of media freedom in the country. Trump, who had earlier blamed the Democrats for leaking the intelligence report, has now sharpened his attack on reporters by threatening to prosecute them if they didn't reveal their sources who informed them about the leaked intelligence report.
You tweeted the Democrats leaked an intelligence.
They should be prosecuted.
Who specifically? Do we know who did it? Will you be able to find out?
They could find out. If they wanted, they could find out easily. You know, you go up and tell the reporter, national security, who gave it. You have to do that. And I suspect we'll be doing things like that.
Even in India, my country of birth, media personnel enjoy the freedom to not disclose their sources. And this is the USA, which is never tired of lecturing the world on press freedom. This is what Trump has reduced the US to, a soon to be failed state. Earlier today, Iran's deputy foreign minister told the BBC that his country was wary of resuming talks with the US in the absence of any assurances that they wouldn't be bombed again by their enemies, i.e., Iran and the US.
We are hearing from Washington telling us that they want to talk. By the way, no date has been set.
President Trump talked about this week.
I'm telling you that we have not agreed to any date. We have not agreed to the modality. Right now, we are seeking an answer to this question. Are we going to see a repetition of an act of aggression while we are engaging in dialogue?
Without referring to this interview, Trump wrote on Truth Social, and I quote, "Tell phony Democrat Senator Chris Coons that I'm not offering Iran anything, unlike Obama, who paid them billions of dollars under the stupid Road to a Nuclear Weapon, JCPOA, which would now be expired. Nor am I even talking to them since we totally obliterated their nuclear facilities." End quote. If Trump has no plans to talk with Iran, the Islamic Republic should celebrate this development. Coupled with this, Iran's decision to cut ties with the IAEA should give Tehran enough time and peace to work on its leftover nuclear program, rebuild its air defense system, and revamp its intelligence network. I do not understand why Iranians would like to waste their time even thinking about possibilities of future talks with the same people who backstabbed them. If Iran doesn't learn from this nasty experience, soon there would be nothing left for them to discuss. That's it for me. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism on buymeacoffee.com and Patreon. If you too think that our journalism is worth supporting, then you too should consider becoming part of it. Details are there in the description of this video. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.